Hello, welcome to Turn 1 Shock. I am Andrew Hawnt. So, I've built a mono black deck tonight called Mono Black Meanie. And I've played some games with it with some really interesting results. I've also, after that, I've picked up some packs. So we're gonna have a look at the deck I've built. I'm going to show you a couple of the games from tonight that had some nice, interesting interactions in them. And then we're going to open some new Zendikar Rising packs that I've picked up with gold. Because what else am I going to do with gold, really? Okay, so the deck I've built is called Mono Black Meanie. Let's go through each part we've got here. So we've got some duress in there. We have 4 serrated scorpions. They are a black 1-drop for a 1/2 creature. The reason I put these in from the Ikoria set are when Serrated Scorpion dies, it deals 2 damage to each opponent and you gain 2 life. Now that, for a 1-drop, is really handy, and that is synergistic with some of the higher up cards that we'll talk about shortly. So I've also got 4 Thieves Guild Enforcers. This is Flash. It's a 1-drop for a 1/1. However, if you look at the flavor text there, you'll see why I've included this. Whenever Thieves Guild Enforcer or another rogue enters the battlefield under your control, each opponent mills 2 cards. As long as an opponent has 8 or more cards in their graveyard, Thieves Guild Enforcer gets +2/+1 and has Death Touch. So not so much the second half of the flavor text there, but the first half, the mill effect. Milling 2 cards for 1 mana is not bad at all. I've also got Typhoid Rats, 1-drop, Death Touch. Says it all. So on here we've got any 2-drops. We've got Boot Nipper. We've got 2 of those. Boot Nipper enters the battlefield with your choice of a Death Touch counter or Lifelink counter on it. Now, when I bring these into the battlefield, I've put these in the deck because the choice of Death Touch or Lifelink can be decided depending on what's going on in the game itself, so that can be quite handy. Forever Young, put any number of target creature cards from your graveyard on top of your library and draw a card. For a 2-drop from Throne of Eldraine, that is not bad at all because that can bring back some creatures that have entered the battlefield effects, making that quite effective as well. Piper of the Swarm, 2-drop, creates a rat for 1 and a black. It's handy to have. Also, for 2 and 2 black, and tap it, you sacrifice 3 rats, gain control of target creature. That could come in handy as well. Unlikely Aid, target creature gets /2/0 and gains indestructible until end of turn. Grasp of Darkness, I thought this would come in handy. Just for a 2-drop, target creature gets -4/-4 until end of turn. It's like a slightly cheaper murder. If there's creatures of 4 or less. Hooded Blightfang. Now this is handy. I have 4 Hooded Blightfang in here. Has Death Touch. Whenever a creature you control with Death Touch attacks, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. Again, this card is synergistic with something else in the deck. Whenever a creature you control with Death Touch, it deals damage to a Planeswalker, destroy that Planeswalker. That's quite handy. So again, this works very well for a 3-drop, and if you've got more than 1 of these, it can get pretty crazy. I've got 4 in this deck. Mind Rot, 3-drop, target player discards 2 cards. Says it all, really. Now here's where it starts to get interesting. Veto, Thorn of the Dusk Rose. In the previous episode, I've played this in a green-black deck, but I just wanted to try it in a mono-black deck to see what happens here. So whenever you gain life, target opponent loses that much life. Bear in mind, we've got things like the Serrated Scorpion. When that dies, deals 2 damage to the opponent, and you gain 2 life. So when you gain 2 life from that dying, Veto would then cost your opponent that much life that you've gained. And you see, it fits with a lot of things like that. So after Veto, we've got 4 murders, because hey, why not? Nightmare Shepherd, I haven't used this before, so I thought I would pop it in as it's flying, and it's a 4/4. And also it creates tokens that are a copy of creatures that die, although they are 1/1 and they are nightmares in addition to their other types. I thought I'd see how that worked out. I've got 2 Clackbridge Trolls. Again, from the previous episode where I was playing the green-black deck, this was really effective. So trample, haste is an 8/8, but that doesn't really matter because what happens here, when the Clackbridge Troll enters the battlefield, target opponent creates 3/0/1 white goat creature tokens. At the beginning of combat on your turn, any opponent may sacrifice a creature. If a player does, tap Clackbridge Troll. You gain 3 life and you draw a card. That is really handy because that keeps pumping my life up a little bit so that people can avoid me using an 8/8 with trample and haste. So I've got Massacre Worm in there. I like to have a nice threat in there. It is 6 mana, so I don't get to use it very often. But when Massacre Worm enters the battlefield, creatures your opponents control get -2/-2 until end of turn. Whenever a creature an opponent controls dies, that creature loses that player loses 2 life. Again, works well with the other cards. Peer into the Abyss. I just like watching the effect of this work. It is 7 mana. For a sorcery, but target player draws cards equal to half the number of cards in their library and loses half their life. Round up each time. So these all work nicely together and handily, some lands as well. So I'm going to show you a couple of the games from tonight, just to show you some of the interesting things that this deck could do. It didn't take me too long to build, because I know I wanted a lot of stuff that worked well together that I've been using in recent weeks. So check out these games. I'll see what you think of the effects that these cards had. After those games, we're going to check out some packs.
Is there anybody there?
Okay, so that was those games. I hope you enjoyed those, and I hope you found it interesting that the little synergies that came up with the cards I'd chosen for that mono black deck. That was quite handy. I will try and refine that and see if I can make it a little even more effective. So we've got 8 packs of Zendikar Rising here we're going to take a look at. Oh, how I wish they were paper packs, but my budget will not stretch to that, so I do apologise. So they are arena packs. Let's check this first one out and see what comes out. Okay, so first time in having all of these. Let's see, Moss Pit Skeleton. Not sure I would use that all that much. Cinderclasm. Cinderclasm deals 1 damage to each creature. If it was kicked, it deals 2 damage to each creature instead. Could be handy if I've lost all my creatures and the opponent has still got lots out there. Hey, a Makindi Ox. 4 and a white for a creature. It's a 4/4 creature. It does have landfall, so that's handy. Merfolk. Ghastly Gloom Hunter. That's the best name. That is awesome. It's flying with lifelink, 1/1, 2 mana. Not bad. Mind Drain. Target opponent discards 2 cards, mills a card, and loses 1 life. You gain 1 life. Oh, I like that. I can see that finding its way into the deck I've been using tonight. Deadly Alliance. The spell costs 1 less to cast for each creature in your party. Destroy target creature or planeswalker. I haven't used the party effect yet. I will give that a try. Crawling Barrens. Cool. Okay, let's check out the next pack. Let's just have a look at the cards I'm getting for the first time. So we've got Sign of the Swarm. Whenever you gain life, put a +1/+1 counter on Sign of the Swarm. That could be handy. I like that. Turn Timber, Ascetic. It's about if you gain 3 life. That's a nice enter effect there. 5 mana, but it could come in handy in the late game. Vanquish the Weak. Destroy target creature with power 3 or less. Not bad for a 3-drop. Teleport Duelist. And what's this one? Merfolk. Landfall. Oh yeah, one of the players I was against, I used one of those, and that was quite handy. That was a good one. Nice pack. Not getting anything that's absolutely blowing me away yet, but I am enjoying these. Skyclave Plunder. I have an uncommon and a common wild card. Was handy because I've used 9 of them in building that deck. Gnarled Colony. Fair enough. Skyclave Sentinel. Flying Defender Kicker. If it's got a counter on it, it can attack as though it doesn't have Defender. Fair enough. And this one, Verazon the Split Current. Okay, for a blue, a green, and X generic mana. Let's see. Verazon the Split Current enters the battlefield with a +1/+1 counter on it for each mana spent to cast it. Ooh. Whenever you cast a kicked spell, you may remove 2 +1/+1 counters from Verazon. If you do copy that spell, you may choose new targets. Fair enough. Choose target creature, you lose 2 life until end of turn that creature gains. When this creature dies, return it to the battlefield tapped under its owner's control. Not sure I would really use that. Not really my style. Anti-cognition. Counter spell. Dauntless Unity. Okay, yep. I don't use graveyard stuff that often though. Let's see what we've got here. Be nice and speedy, I hope. Journey into Oblivion. That's party mechanic. I need to get the party mechanic sorted out. Figure out how I can use that to my advantage. Oops, what was that one? Oh, Tabarax. Nice. Dual land, fair enough. I really need more practice with all these new mechanics that are coming out. Here he's binding. I love the art on the Here he's binding. Skyclave Shade, okay. Can't block. Landfall. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, Skyclave Shade is in your graveyard and it's your turn. You may cast it from your graveyard this turn. I really need to widen my experience of different decks, even now. And the last pack tonight. So, Thwart the Grave, Relic Axe, Tormenting Voice, Broken Wings. Oh, destroy your target artifact, enchantment, or creature with flying. Hello, that's going in my deck. Trick the Solidarity, Marasa Brute, Inordinate Rage. Great name. And the last mystery card of the evening. Wayward Guide Beast, Trample and Haste. 1 drop for 2/2 with Trample and Haste. That's not bad. Whenever Wayward Guide Beast deals combat damage to a player, return a land you control to its owner's hand. Nah, maybe. So, there's 8 packs of Zendikar Rising. What a fabulous evening. Thank you for joining me for the a look at my black deck and some games and the opening of the packs there. I'll catch up with you very soon in the next episode of Turn 1 Shock. Thanks for checking it out. Bye bye.